Willie Walsh has hit out at new restrictions at London's Heathrow airport, saying the airport had underestimated the speed of the recovery and was focused on profits at the expense of airlines that must now foot the bill. He's Director General of the International Air Transport Association now. They represent global airlines. Heathrow says it will cap departing passengers at 100,000 people a day this summer to limit delays and cancellations, and urged airlines to stop selling tickets for flights that could be curtailed. Let's speak to Eoghan, Corry, editor of Air and Travel magazine. Morning again, Eoghan. Is Willie Walsh right?
Good morning, Gavin. Yes, Willie Walsh is right. My last meeting with Willie Walsh by chance was in Heathrow, and we spent our transfer time talking about how dysfunctional Heathrow was. You've got a big drama here. They've miscalculated the recovery, the speed of the recovery and the return to air travel. A lot of people miscalculated. They miscalculated it by something around 30%. So we have a situation where we're already well below the pre-COVID flight levels. We have 16 flights a day to Heathrow, 12 Aer Lingus, 4 British Airways. That would have been 21 pre-COVID. And now, with great dismay, Aer Lingus are listening to this, saying we want to cut you back by something like 5% more. The cap is on departing passengers, not through passengers. But you've got to remember that most people flying from Dublin to Heathrow are actually getting on another aircraft, transferring through a long haul, and it's adding to the mess that Aer Lingus are dealing with, and as you say, the passengers are dealing with.
So what will happen to people who've already booked on Aer Lingus or British Airways flights to Heathrow between now and September? Are they just going to wait to hear from the airlines, or what happens to them?
It's the airline's problem. The airline has to look at what's booked and start rerouting people through other airports. The way it has worked is that Heathrow has served us. It's pretty much the connection airport of choice. Like, it would be double the number of flights that Paris Charles de Gaulle or KLM Amsterdam would have had, or Frankfurt. And there are other options, people going west to go through American airports. We have a good service from America. The real problem is that this is an 18-month problem by Heathrow's own admission. It's going to take them that long to get back into shape. Obviously their services are under pressure. Famously, the baggage system melted down a couple of Fridays ago, but also things like refueling of aircraft. The tech systems for that have been breaking down. So it's not only dealing with this underestimation of capacity, the systems that are in place are also breaking down. So
if you go to book a flight to Heathrow between now and September, are you guaranteed that the flight you book you'll be able to get?
Well, if you're booked on it, it's now the airline's problem. What Heathrow has said is stop taking the bookings, and that is basically 12 Aer Lingus and 4 British Airways flights a day with about 174 passengers on an Airbus A320. Do Aer Lingus pull that out of their inventory, and what do they do with the people that would be booking that are generally looking to go somewhere else in the system? There are options, but the real convenience of Heathrow, Gavin, is that if you're coming back and there's a delayed flight in the long haul and you land in Heathrow with a 21 pre-COVID but 16, you're basically got a flight on the hour. So if you miss one, there's one in an hour's time you get home. It's very convenient as a connection hub for Irish passengers. It's certainly become less so in the last 24 hours.
Eoghan, thank you. That's Eoghan Corry. Eoghan, of course, is editor of Air and Travel magazine.